This is the story of Superman, the last son of Krypton. Thousands of years ago, the planet Krypton is dying. Its sun will soon explode, and its scientific council is being held by some bigots who do unbelieve scientists like Jor-El about the imminent danger of their doomed world. Despite his best efforts, he's sentenced 3 criminals, General Zod, Nan, and Ursa, to the dreaded Phantom Zone, a pocket dimension of pure energy. He bids farewell to his beloved wife, Lara, and their infant son, Kal-El. As the planet explodes, Jor-El and Lara send their baby off in a rocket ship moments before Krypton is consumed by the supernova. The rocket lands near Smallville, Kansas. A farmer named Jonathan Kent and his wife Martha discover the spaceship and are astounded when the infant lifts their pickup truck. Realizing the child is not from this planet, they adopt him, naming him Clark. As he grows up, Clark hides his extraordinary abilities, even from his adoptive parents, except for a dog who seems to know his secret. When Jonathan has a fatal heart attack, Clark discovers a glowing green crystal from his spaceship that is hidden in the barn. It calls out to him, guiding him to the Arctic where an ancient fortress ascends from the ice. Inside, Clark discovers holographic recordings of his biological father, Jor-El, who reveals his heritage and trains him in the use of his powers for 12 years. Jor-El tells his son about Krypton's destruction and the reason he was sent to Earth. At the end of his training, Clark emerges in a suit bearing the crest of the House of El. He is cautioned not to alter human history, then sets out to find his place in the universe. Jor-El left a key inside the Fortress of Solitude to unlock Kal-El's potential. But how? The answer would require a trip to Metropolis. There he was hired as a reporter for the Daily Planet. He soon meets and becomes enamored with the intrepid reporter, Lois Lane. After saving her from a helicopter accident, Clark woos Lois, taking her on a flight, leading her to coin his name, Superman. Secretly using his powers in public acts of heroism, he gains immediate fame as the Caped Wonder. His fame reaches the Daily Planet, where Chief Perry White seeks more information on this new hero. While researching Superman, Clark spots Lex Luthor, a criminal mastermind who is planning something big. Clark decides to pay a visit to his home. Disguised as Bruce Wayne, he infiltrates Luthor's impenetrable fortress. Discovering a secret launch code for nuclear missiles, dressing back as Superman, he visits Perry, showing him photographic evidence of Luthor's plot to destroy the world. They work together to expose Luthor and foil his plan. Lex Luthor, head of LexCorp, is furious that his plans were thwarted by the hero. Meanwhile, at the Fortress of Solitude, a Kryptonian scout ship arrives to collect data on Superman's powers. However, it detects an anomaly, Clark Kent, and uploads the data to the ship. Superman arrives just in time to see the ship disappear into the clouds. At Lex's penthouse, Eve Teschmacher is frustrated that Superman has discovered his boss's plan. Luthor tells her to keep an eye on him and to report any suspicious activity. Superman pays a visit to the Daily Planet, much to Lex's frustration. As they battle, Lex takes a sample of Superman's hair. Back at the Fortress of Solitude, the scout ship returns with new data. Jor-El is pleased with Superman's progress. He explains that Kryptonian technology often reacts to its users' emotions, and that the Fortress of Solitude will eventually adapt to Clark's needs. Suddenly, Jor-El stops as he senses danger. Superman arrives just in time to save Jimmy Olsen from a bomb planted by Lex's minions. Lex watches from afar, pleased that Superman was forced to reveal his secret identity to save Jimmy. This causes a stir among the staff, but they're more concerned with Lex's plans for Metropolis. Lois goes to great lengths to uncover what he's up to, ultimately sneaking onto his yacht and capturing photos of him reprogramming U.S. Army missiles to target the San Andreas Fault. She returns to the Daily Planet, where she and Clark are both shocked to see that Lex has been joined by none other than General Zod. As Lex shows them his proof of Kryptonian origin, Zod confirms that his race is indeed extinct. Now he plans to use the missiles to conquer Earth. To make matters worse, he attacks Superman, weakening him with Kryptonian combat skills. Clark manages to escape, realizing that the only way to defeat Zod is with the help of the U.S. military. And though Jor-El advises against it, he removes his Kryptonian ring to show them proof of his own Kryptonian heritage. Clark travels to Washington, D.C., but the Pentagon refuses to listen until Zod strikes. A series of massive earthquakes ravage California, endangering the Golden Gate Bridge, Hoover Dam, and other landmarks. Superman comes to the rescue, repairing the fault line and earning the gratitude of the people and the U.S. military. As they work together to defeat Zod, Eve tries to leave Lex, but he blackmails her into staying with him. When Superman defeats Zod, Eve realizes that she made the right choice by leaving him. Later, as Superman saves many people trapped in collapsing buildings, Lois is trapped in her car by an aftershock, suffocating before he can free her. Horrified and distraught over her death, Superman blames himself for not stopping the earthquake sooner. Filled with rage, he disobeys Jor-El's warning about altering human history. Instead, he heeds his adoptive father's belief that he was sent to Earth for a special purpose. Using his powers, he flies around the planet at great speed, reversing time by several hours. He stops the earthquake before it happens, saving the West Coast and all of its inhabitants. He then uses his powers to imprison Luthor and Otis in a nearby cave. Finally, Superman soars into the sunrise, ready to protect those who need him most. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, consider subscribing for more content. And if you'd like to support us further, please consider donating through the link below. Your support helps us continue to tell these stories and brings comic book heroes to life for a new generation. Till next time, stay curious.